Whatever that vessel wants you to do, I'm
All
certain
right.
it's somehow connected to that smudged glyph.
You got it? You got it? Hell yeah. So then, yeah, you can head on over to your foundry and you can build that. I guess we don't need to do it again. So in your Nightwave, do you have any daily / weekly acts? All right. What are these quests consist of? If you hover over them, it'll tell you. What do they say? Well, if you hover over the daily / weekly acts, it will tell you the quests that you have to do to complete them. So like this one right here called Researcher is scan 15 objects or enemies. It should be like kill enemies while sliding is one. Alright, yeah, do that. So if you hold the L1 while shooting, or even L1 plus melee, you'll do a slide attack with your melee weapon. You can get those done. Rescue an animal in Duviri, which I don't even have that done yet. I don't know where the fuck to rescue animals from. I mean, I know what Duviri is, but I've never... Yeah. Duviri is a bit difficult. Duviri is how you get Kullervo. Scan 15 objects. So, do you know how to activate your codec scanner? When you're in missions... Okay, well, first off, go to your arsenal and go to the little wheel looking thing here, and then go to gear, and then select an empty slot, and you're going to want to equip this little thing here called a codec scanner. If it's not empty, it should be already on the wheel. Now, in missions, you're going to want to press right on the D-pad to open up your gear wheel. And just, it'll equip it, and you aim down the sight with it, and you just keep pressing keep pressing and holding R2 on enemies. So let's get some of your Nightwave things done to get you a little closer to completion of the Nightwave. Because then once those refresh, you can get more stuff. I'm not gonna go through trying to rescue an animal in Duviri, but we are gonna do the scan, and we're gonna do the kill 10 enemies while sliding, which should only give you what 2,000. So we're gonna go to the most easiest mission in the game, E Prime, and you're gonna pull out your melee weapon, and you're gonna hold L1 and press circle, or what B on Xbox. And you're gonna press those at the same time, and you're just gonna spin around while swinging your sword or weapon, whatever it's called. It'll look a little something like this.
There is a large platoon of
L1 plus circle, or L1 and forward plus circle at the same time. So left bumper plus circle. Yeah. Whee! Yeah. And you're just gonna cut through enemies like that. And that should get your 10 out of 10. And then, when you're done with that one, pull out your codec scanner with right on the D-pad, and hold L2 and hover over enemies, get line of sight, and hold R2 for your, left trigger and right trigger. There you go. Then you just scan things. Boom. How am I supposed to... Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. What? Okay, that's weird. You can scan my dog if you need to. If Pudge stops moving around. Stay there, Pudge. There. It won't let you scan your own pet, unfortunately. Pudge, quit killing him. Already did it. Cool. Yeah, so just getting those done. We'll get your nitrogen extract quickly. I'm trying to think if there's any other ways to get nitrogen extract, but I don't remember.
Now get to extraction.
after this, I want to see how close your level up is to, or how close your level up is for your Nightwave stuff. Oops, wrong button, wrong button. No, 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 no. I'm good. Because you might have completed Nightwave things prior to us playing that is equated to you getting some standing with them. Just not the max of 10,000 yet.
Whatever that vessel wants you to do, I'm certain it's somehow connected to
You got the first one now? Hell yeah. Which means you can go to credit offerings, which is, what is that? XBY. Is it Y? Yep, you have 150. Good shit. So, yeah, press whatever is your credit offerings down here in the bottom right. And Nighttane extract is this cube, or this cylinder looking thing. Cube. Pfft. And you need 6, so you're gonna want to buy these twice because you get 5 per one purchase. And then once you have done that, you can go to your foundry and you can build your Wukong pieces. Oh, right, you got both of them. I only got one. So, yeah. Now, the last thing when it comes to Warframes that is important currently is specifically for Warframes right now. You can do this with weapons, but it would be pretty much pointless to do it with weapons because they're such low level and they're more mastery rank fodder than they are a constant thing you're going to want to keep unless you find a weapon you absolutely love. Either for Wukong or for Excalibur, you can do this. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to show it to you. So, if you notice, the cap for your mods is what? It goes to maximum of 30? Maximum of 30, right? But if you were to walk over to your Nightwave and you click Orokin Reactor and you purchase one of these things with Nora's credits, you can then take the Orokin Reactor. I'm actually gonna... Oh, no, I can't buy one, but I do already own one. So you can purchase the Orokin Reactor and you can take it on over to a Warframe. For my instance, who do I not have max currently? Good question. Do I have one on Harrow? Yes, I do. Yeah, it does. You just press, once you get it, you press the right stick down, and you can put it on as an upgrade. And that allows you to get double the capacity. Once you get this item called Forma, which is this little puzzle piece looking thing, you can polarize a max level Warframe or whatchamacallit, and you can change the polarity of the mod slots. You might already have one, but again, you might not. It all depends. So, for your instance, putting one on your main one you're using now, which is Excalibur, will allow you to go a lot farther. And putting one on Wukong, when you get him, will make him more versatile for you to be able to upgrade him quicker and do things. It says 1 out of 1. Oh, so you already have one then. If you haven't bought it. So you have 3 Forma and you have 1 Orokin reactor. Yeah. And it's the same thing for weapons too, but it's just called the Orokin Catalyst. I say save the Orokin Catalysts for when you get extremely good weapons that you know you're going to keep and you know is going to be a part of your arsenal and you're going to use for fighting high level as opposed to leveling up stuff. Like, later on down the line, you're going to get this weapon called the Zorus through the completion of certain quests. Yeah, you can build multiple things at once. If you have the resources for it, you can just stack things on top of things. Just keep building. Like, I got this I can build. I got Vapor Spectre. Yeah. You can do that. Which is kind of why I wanted to get you your Nighttane stuff now as opposed to later, is so that you can have all 3 of the pieces of Wukong being built. And once all 3 of those pieces are done, you can immediately put them together, what is essentially tomorrow. Because, unfortunately, it takes 3 days without spending platinum to build a Warframe. Totally. On top of the 12 hours it takes to build the pieces. So if you build all 3 of the pieces at the same time, it's a lot quicker than spending 1 day building one and spending another day building another and then spending another day to build. Yeah, 72 hours to build Wukong once these 3 pieces are done. But then you could also spend platinum to rush the build. I think it's what, 25, 50 platinum? Yeah. So, yeah. My usual rule of thumb is if I'm going to be building a Warframe, I focus one session dedicated to getting as many of the pieces going as possible. Yes, that is the smartest thing that you can do with your platinum early game, is spending it on weapon slots and Warframe slots. Because every Warframe in this game you could obtain through playing. Every weapon in the game you could obtain through playing. The only way to obtain more weapon and Warframe slots is through mastery rank. So the more weapon slots and melee, or weapon and Warframe slots you have early on in the game equates to more weapons you can use at one time, and thus makes your mastery rank level up quicker rather than slower, because you're not waiting for things to be built and waiting for spaces to be opened up, or sacrificing weapons that you don't, or that you do use but you need a space for, blah 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 blah. This weapon right here, the Zorus, you're going to get it during a quest soon. This weapon, one of the biggest things people do early on in this game, that's a big mistake, is to sell it. Do not sell the Zorus. The Zorus is relatively for early game or even mid game to even late game, a very powerful weapon. If you were to put an Orokin Catalyst into any weapon that you get in the next week or two, it would be this. Anybody can use it. It's a melee weapon. It's a thrown melee weapon that bounces off of enemies and walls, and it's heavy attack. You throw it, and you can set it to explode wherever it is in the air. And that explosion damage is really good for crowd control and is really good for everything. This weapon was my main weapon for months playing this game. This thing single-handedly took me through most of the star chart. So for those higher level things, yeah. Adding a thing called Power Throw to it increases how much damage it does, and it equates to being able to cut through enemies, not just bounce. Yeah. Think of have you ever seen Tron Legacy, or normal Tron, the first or the second movie, I guess. This is their light discs that they throw that bounce off walls and cut people in half. Favorite weapon. I rarely ever use it anymore, and it's sad. I need to start using it again. But now that I have wonderful upgrades for it, so yeah. And then Forma, don't spend Forma on weapons you know you're gonna get rid of. Spend Forma on the Zorus and all that stuff. So 3 ways to rank up mastery is ranking up weapons, ranking up warframes, and ranking up or going through all of the what's it called? Junctions and mission nodes. The first time you complete those, you get a lot of experience points for it. The other way to get mastery is through what's called Forma. So I'm actually going to show it to you right now. With the Zorus, say I have this item, like I have no polarity slots on the Forma or on the Zorus at all, right? They're all basic. If I were to polarize, you can only polarize when something's at rank 30. It allows you to then take any of these mod slots and change the symbol on them, which allows you to then have less drain on the mods and thus add more or stronger mods. So I'm gonna put on my highest consumption thing, which is condition overload, I'm gonna put this right here. The thing what that does is, not only does it allow you to put mods on it, but it sets the weapon back down to rank 0. Yeah. And thus you gotta go and re-upgrade or re-rank the weapon. And you can do this 9, 10 technical times for every weapon. And that's why you want to save Forma for when you have those weapons that you want to max out to make even stronger. Through this method, logistically speaking, you could take the most basic weapon in the game and bring it all the way to end game content if you so choose, by leveling up your mods, spending Forma on it, leveling up the weapon, constantly using it, and just repeating over and over and over and over again to support the higher level mods that you would get through going through the content. I've seen it happen. I've seen someone take the Mark 1 Lotto and kill 120 level enemies. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Exactly. And that's what we call mastery fodder. That's the shit where you use a weapon, level it up, you know you're not going to ever use it again, you just get rid of it. free up some space. Don't get it all clustered. Like, I have a lot of weapons that are exactly that. Like the Soma, the Volcar. And then, we haven't even gotten into the Prime version of weapons, which is a whole different situation. But there are better variants to the weapons. Like, there's like Paris Prime, and Rubico Prime, and Soma Prime, and Volcar Prime. And the Prime variants are much better overall, higher damage output, faster fire rate, more polarity slots that don't require you to spend Forma on, things like that. So if you do have a weapon you like, you can keep it around until you get the better version of it, and then move all the mods and the stuff over to the next weapon, and then get rid of the old one. Hence, I have Bratton Prime right now. I hate this weapon, but I needed to level it up and I wanted it anyway, so. I also have Lex Prime and Fang Prime. Yeah. So there are ways to get, so gonna get rid of the Mark 1 Bratton and get it back and rank it up again. Yeah, the Mark 1 Bratton you can purchase for credits at any point in time. Those are the starter weapons. So, yeah. Oh, no. Rank it up again. Once you rank up a weapon all the way to mastery without spending Forma, you can't get mastery 4 again. You can't just sit there and keep ranking up. You can't rank up the Bratton, get rid of it, get a new one. Rank it up, get rid of it, get a new one. You can't do that. But you can spend Forma on that one weapon to consistently do it. Yeah. And to check if a weapon is considered mastered, you can go to your codex, you can go on over to universe, and then you can click weapons, and it'll show you these top green things on like the top corner of each weapon that you have unlocked. It'll show you if you've mastered it or not. So from Exceltra all the way down to the Veritux I have mastered. Everything else here I have yet to master, which is a lot. Yeah. So, logistically speaking, the highest level player in this game has upgraded every weapon, unlocked every weapon, upgraded every Warframe, unlocked every Warframe, done every mission node, done every junction. And then there's a thing called Steel Path, which is the entirety of the game over again above level 100 enemies. Yeah, you do have a few mastered. Mastering a weapon is you just getting it up to rank 30. It's the check mark that says, hey, you did it. Move on to the next one. Because spending Forma on these weapons is absolutely pointless. Because it's time, resources, effort, all that stuff. Because you can only make one Forma a day. You can't build multiple Forma in a situation. But what you could do, if you want to work around making one Forma a day, is if you have 35 platinum, you could come on over here to the market, and you could press square on popular, and go all the way down, and you could buy, for 35 platinum, a Forma bundle that gives you already 3 Forma complete, ready to go to use for. And since there's player trade in this game, you could technically sell mods and items to players who are looking for things for their platinum. And thus, you can save your platinum to get more Forma. Or you can buy an Orokin Catalyst with 20 platinum. But again, you can build the Forma and you can obtain the catalysts and stuff through Nightwave, which is weekly quests and shit. So, you don't have to do that, it's just there. So, yeah. There's a lot of good ways to invest your platinum, and there's a lot of bad ways to invest your platinum. And if you do spend platinum on, say, a Warframe, like you see how it says like 325 on Baruch, instead of building Baruch, and I spent that much, it'll automatically come installed with an Orokin reactor and automatically give you a Warframe slot to allow for that. So technically speaking, not even technically, there are people in this game who sit here on what's called the trading message thing, and they just sell items and buy items and play the trade market constantly to get a shit ton of platinum, and then they just buy everything in the game with the platinum, which is very... why? I get the appeal to it, but that's just kind of not my gameplay type. I don't want to sit here and click blue numbers and talk to people for items that I know I can obtain through playing and having fun. So, unless it's something that I'm absolutely, like, I need, and I'm so tired of trying to hunt down, like, yeah. Yeah. Anywho, I haven't eaten all day. I'm absolutely starving. And I feel like I overloaded you with information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to eat. And I'm going to let you digest that info and mess around and level things up and attempt some missions on your own and maybe do some quests and yeah. So yeah. If you're down, we could talk about prime items tomorrow, which is a completely different thing, like unlocking relics and chance and all that stuff. But yeah. Hell yeah. If you've subscribed to my YouTube channel and turn your notifications on, you'll know when I started playing Warframe. You can hit me up in the stream, or hell, accept my friend request, because it still says you haven't for some reason. Accept it, and you can message me or even see when I'm online through the actual game. So, hit me up, and we shall go and do that. I have a lot of relics I need to open up. Yeah, for some reason it still says pending on my side. See, pending. Oh, you're right. It totally does say we're already a friend. Huh. That's weird. Okay. Hell yeah. You take care. Stay safe. Stay bald. Stay fresh. Stay bald. That's the motto of our clan here. Where is it? Yeah. Stay fresh. Stay bald. Beautiful. I need to change this photo. I don't know if I can change the photo. Yeah. Alright. Talk to you later. Your clan key will be built tomorrow, so you'll be able to go to the clan and do all the rest of that stuff. So, yeah. Take care. Bye.